Hey there guys, Erica here from How49RC. Thank you so much to my patrons and channel members for your support. You guys make these videos possible. So today we are working on the Javelin, and this is going to be the final build episode. Last time we got the suspension all put together, we built the shocks, which was messy, but we got it done. And the A-arms and everything are functioning nice and smoothly. The steering works well. We don't have a servo in there yet, but that's part of today's video. We're going to be installing electronics, doing wheels and tires, and putting together the roll cage. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start off with the bumper. They give us two options, a narrow version and a wide one, and I'm going to go with the wide boy because I think it's just cool. There you go. There is the front bumper installed. Looks very nice. Next up, we get to play with the steering servo. So we're going to need our servo mount brackets, our servo horns, and some rod ends, along with a turnbuckle or a tie rod link thingy, and of course my servo. This is a Savox SA1230 SG. This came out of my shafty since it was a little underpowered, but it should have plenty of power for this lightweight buggy. I'm going to start with my servo bracket. I'm going to start by putting some lock nuts in these hexagonal recesses. I do like how they do that in different parts of the build. Makes it very nice. Now that we've got those in there, I'm going to put our servo in just like so. We're going to put a few bolts in there to hold it in. With our servo bolted into the servo mount, I'm going to grab my 25 tooth servo horn from the kit, because Savox servos are 25 tooth splines, and grab a screw and just snug that down. The servo horn should be in the right spot since I did center up my servo earlier today with the rest of the electronics. I've got my steering link put together. It wants it to be 22 millimeters in between the faces of the rod ends, and the rod ends to be 90 degrees off from each other. Now I'm going to take a couple of ball nuts and press those in there with a pair of pliers because my fingers are not that tough. They're tough, but they're not that tough. And there is our steering link put together. I'm going to grab the servo, and the ball nut is going to sit itself in the back of the servo horn. We'll run a countersunk screw into the ball nut to hold it onto the servo horn. And from what I gather, it's supposed to go right here, I think. Yep, right there. Look at that, gorgeous. Very nice, that was super simple. Now our servo linkage here needs to get attached to the arm right there. That arm right there is where the other end of our steering link needs to get attached to. And there we go. Our steering link is attached to the belt crank, and it is all moving nice and smoothly. That looks freaking awesome. All right, let's move on to the next step. Now it is time for wheels and tires, and we can finally turn this rig into a proper roller. Here is a left wheel. They give us a nice little indicator on the side, and I'm just gonna kind of fold that over, leave it there, and stuff our foam into the tire. Work it around a little bit, and then we can stick our rim in there with the logos on the tire on the outside. Kind of work it on there. Get it all situated just right. There we go. Everything's popping into place. Get this rear bead seated properly. Awesome. Check that out. Just gotta glue it up, do 3 more, and we'll have a roller. And here we go. Look at this. We've got a proper roller, guys. Oh, that's so cool. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to go drive this. This is gonna be sweet. All right, let's keep going. I think next we get to start building the cage. Yes, we get to start putting the cage together, guys. This is gonna be awesome. Looks like we get to start with these side bumper pieces. So those are actually just here. Got 2 of those. And this screw is one that they told us to leave loose earlier in the build. And now I understand why. And I understand why they said to put a button head screw there, because these have a little countersunk dealie on the base of the plastic part. So that's great. It all makes sense now. All right, our side bumpers are installed, looking very sweet. Let's see what the next step is. Looks like we're doing a sort of rear roll cage kind of thing. Looks a bit like this. We're gonna need these 2 guys, this one, and 2 cross members. So I've started out by putting these 2 cross members between these pieces, and now I believe we take this one and bolt it right to there like that. So now looking at the back of the rig, we're going to take this assembly and it's going to sandwich this chassis plate right here. There's going to be a screw that goes in right there to hold this piece on. And then these 2 guys just kind of sit in some notches up on this roll bar. Next, we're going to move on to the wing. It needs this little attachment bracket bolted to the bottom of it. There's supposed to be a 3-degree angled shim that goes under here. I honestly don't know where that went, so I'm not going to worry about it. Now, the cool thing about this guy is you see these 2 nubbins? They have holes in them for body clips, and the 2 holes in these wings line up with those 2 nubbins, and you stick that on there if I put it on the right way. And then that is what holds the wing on and makes the wing super easily removable. That is so cool! Oh my gosh! Check it out, I've got my wing mounted up with the 2 body clips in there to hold it on. Oh, this is turning out to be so cool! Alright, we are so close to finishing this kit, guys. We've got 4 more pieces, okay, maybe 6, 7 more pieces to put together, and then the roll cage is done. So I need this guy, right? And I need to attach this side bumper to it, which I believe is this guy. So I've got my 2 cage halves here put together with their side rails on them. And now this little front, I guess, hood piece literally just presses onto the side pieces, onto the side frame pieces. I'm too excited, guys. But that just presses together, which is awesome. And then this little curvy-do goes right here with the longer bit up, okay, like that. And then this piece is for the roof, and these little tabs go towards the back. And this cross piece goes right there. Yeah! And bam, look at that. Oh, that is so cool looking, guys. All right, let's put it on the car. Oh my gosh, check it out. It's the Javelin, guys. There's just 3 body clips, 1 right here and 2 underneath this panel on these tabs. And check it out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's awesome. So I do have one slight issue, which is with my servo. It's a really tall servo, and the cage kind of doesn't quite fully snap onto where it's supposed to. It snaps onto this peg down here, and it really kind of bends this bar of the cage, which I don't mind because it's pretty soft plastic, but I'm likely to end up putting a screw with a washer in this hole instead to hold it on, since this little snap-on peg I don't think is going to last very long. So for electronics, you guys know I've already got the Savox servo in there. For an ESC, I'm going to be running the Castle Creations Sidewinder 4. It's a sensorless, brushless, capable ESC, 3S Max. This is the perfect ESC for me since I'm only going to be running 2S and a brushed motor. I took the fan off because of the location that this is going to go. Can't have the fan on it. And of course, a Futaba receiver for my transmitter. Now the motor is what you guys are probably all curious about. for now, I'm gonna be running this Jade. It's a 15-turn quad. Oh, holy shit, that's gonna be smoking fast. Never mind, we're putting a 19 in it. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna go with this Trinity Speed Gems 94 Jade 15-turn quad. However, this is not my final choice of motor. No, I have a very special motor waiting in the wings just for this rig. No, I'm not even gonna tell you what brand of motor it is. No, I'm gonna let you guys wait and see. And it's not just the motor we're gonna be putting in this bad boy. Oh no, I've got a couple more components coming as well. So I'll let you guys guess just what I'm about to do with the Javelin. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get the motor installed. I need to angle my bullet connectors, and I'll get the rest of my electronics all installed and ready to go. All right, so my ESC here is gonna be going underneath the top deck right here. I've got my motor leads soldered in at a 90-degree angle, or soldered onto the bullet connectors at a 90-degree angle. And that whole thing slips right in there. I'm gonna put some zip ties on there for temporary. To get the wiring to reach, just for today, I took out a cross member that was bolted in right there. I just needed to slide the ESC back like an extra 1/4 inch, and then the wires will reach. I know that this is a pinch spot right there. I know, it's not gonna stay like that, I promise. It's only for today because I really, really, really wanna get this thing running. My workbench is a complete disaster right now, guys, but it is time to give this thing its first powered wheel spin. I don't know what else to call it. Okay, turn the switch on. Oh, look at that, our steering is like almost perfectly centered. I'll bet you the motor's gonna go the wrong way too. Yeah, it does. But yeah. That chain drive is really quiet. I'm impressed. Oh, guys, this is awesome. I just got to reverse my ESC, and then we're good to go. Guys, the Javelin is pretty much done. We're like 95% done with it. I'm not planning on putting the driver in there. There is a clear Lexan driver with a little head that you can paint and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that, because we're going to be adding some other stuff to this rig. I'm not going to tell you what yet, but I'm sure you can probably guess. I'm so excited to go drive this. I have been kind of like rushing through the last part of this build because I want to go drive it so dang bad. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this build series. The Javelin turned out great. I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and it is just a stunning car. Very, very stunning car. I love it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this build, and I hope you guys are excited for the first running video and for the next build video. Yes, there's a little bit more to build, not from the kit, but that I'm gonna add myself. So if you're excited for that, make sure you leave a big fat thumbs up. If this does happen to be the first video that you have seen by me, make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you want to catch up with me outside of YouTube, head over to my Instagram at highway49_RC. If you want to chat with fellow RC and full-scale enthusiasts and vintage RC enthusiasts, head over to my Discord server. And if you want to support me and the channel, consider becoming a patron or a channel member. Today's special shout-outs from the live stream go to RC and More and Handymanhaynes. So thank you both so much for your support during the stream. And with that, guys, the Javelin is almost done. It's done. It's pretty much done. I'm gonna go drive it right now. So anyway, I'm done rambling. Okay, I'm just rambling. This is terrible.